Australian booksellers can't buy books in bulk from overseas publishers unless they're unavailable in Australia for more than 30 days. However, the Productivity Commission has recommended that the government change this by lifting parallel importation restrictions, effectively creating a free market where overseas publishers can move in. Authors and publishers are worried what this could mean. Print runs in Australia are far smaller than in America and the UK, and we won't be able to compete on the same level. Australian publishers will shrink and disappear, and so might Australian books. I spoke with Jack Heath, an internationally best-selling Australian author, to hear what he had to say on the issue.
I have written books that have been published overseas and here. So the books that I've written that have been published overseas have been translated. The Australian elements are stripped out of them. It's easy to suspect that changing parallel import restrictions in such a way that international versions of Australian manuscripts can be imported into bookshops more cheaply, that does mean it's entirely possible that the Australian versions will disappear.
While some booksellers might welcome the chance for cheaper books, Freya Herworth from Paper Chain, a successful independent bookstore, gave me a different perspective.
So lifting the restrictions would make book prices a little bit cheaper, and it would give larger bookstores the ability to buy on bulk from overseas, which is where they'll get cost savings. But for a smaller bookstore who might be ordering books in fives or tens or 15s for a new release, the benefits will be minimal, if anything, but it will have all these flow-on effects for the publishing industry locally that would be negative. Costs, or the cheapness that's anticipated, is likely to be $1 or $2 on a standard book price, which might sound like a good thing for consumers, but ultimately the variety will go down. We won't see as many local voices. It'll be a lot harder for emerging writers to get their start